All right, y'all. You have tuned in to the Boss Women Network. I am Leilani. I have Miss Latorria Lemon here today.
Yay!
If y'all don't know who she is one of the top publicists in the city and Atlanta too, right?
Hey, yes.
I mean, I've seen you brought Shaq to my husband event.
Mhm.
You work with Zero, Slim Thug.
Yeah.
Do you work with Flip too?
So Flip is a part of a project that I'm working on. So
See,
yeah.
see, you should work with Flip. I think I saw you working with Latavia.
Yeah, Latavia Roberson, yeah, from
Yeah,
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child. Let me see.
hmm
I'm trying to see if I can remember all these people.
Let me see. You're doing good. You're doing really good.
I'm just seeing so many people that I can't even remember. It's so many people that she worked with, y'all.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let her tell y'all about a lot of what she has going on and who she
Yeah.
is. Latorria Lemon. How did you get started
Yeah.
in the publicist industry?
For sure. So I started when I was 19, so this is year 16, 17 for me. Initially I grew up wanting to be a radio personality. So I loved all things culture, entertainment, sports, and I did radio for a quick minute, and then I applied for an opportunity when I was 19, and I didn't get it. But the publicist of the opportunity was like, I think you'll be good in PR. I didn't know what PR stood for at that moment. I was like, okay, thank you. And she was like, no, I'm serious. Like, I have a position I want you to, kind of take a look at. And so that kind of jump started my career in PR. And I was also studying radio at the time at Clark Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
And
Clark Atlanta, y'all.
yes, CAU, yes. And so I took the opportunity that she had. It was with Essence Magazine, just working on some marketing and PR things for them. And my college advisor found out that I was working with Essence and interning and doing PR. She was like, "Hey, I changed your major to PR."
Really?
I
She
didn't have
just changed it. Oh my goodness.
not, "Hey, do you want to study PR?" She was like, "No, I changed it."
Oh
So
wow.
I was like,
That was your sign.
that was my sign. But I sat in her office and I cried like a baby.
What was that first?
Radio.
Radio.
So I was studying
Oh.
radio, and that was my dream. And she was like, She's like, the paperwork already done. You'll start your class. And she's talking just like this. She's like, you'll start your classes next week. Here you go. I was like, no, you ruined my dreams. You ruined
Wow.
my dreams. She was like, I'm telling you, you're going to be thankful about this. And
Oh
sure enough, I
wow.
was. So,
Wow.
yeah.
She
So
was invested.
she was. I think she knew that, obviously there could be some type of advancement there. And
Mm.
so she saw it in me before I did. And so that's kind of how I got started at 19. And then after working with Essence, I worked on some projects with So Def and
Hmm.
worked with like some Tyler Perry projects and the OWN network. And so I just kind of, and mind you, I'm young. I'm like 20, 19, 20.
Wow.
Yeah. So then I graduated college in 2011, and that was May 2011. August 2011, I started Lemon Limelight, not knowing what I was doing business wise, but I knew I could
Hmm.
do it.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
And you've been hitting the ground running ever since.
Listen, running. I mean, running like a marathon.
Who were some of your first clients when you started your business?
My first personal clients, there was a lady in Atlanta who had this was like before people started really investing into podcasts. She had like a show, and this was like 2011. She had her own digital show, and her name was Free. And so she's actually the one that came to me and was like, I need you. Like, I see what you've been doing in Atlanta. I see you've been moving things around, but I need you. Like, I don't know who you working with agency wise, but I want you. And so that was one of my first clients. And then BT ended up being a client because I had
Wow.
yeah,
BT, y'all.
it was crazy. I had a relationship with them just from work that I had already done. And then Ashley Stewart was a big client of mine.
Hmm.
So, I mean, the list kind of went on, and then I moved from Atlanta to Houston in 2012 or 13.
Are
And
you originally from Atlanta?
no, I'm from Houston,
Oh, you're
born and
from?
raised North Side.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So once you finished school, you just stayed out there for a
I
while.
did. I stayed out in Atlanta for a while, and because to my point earlier of I knew how to do PR, but I didn't really know business. In the sense of like, oh, what should I be charging? Like, who should I be talking to? So I had like 5 or 6 clients, but I was charging them pennies. Like, not even enough.
She's not charging pennies now, that's for sure.
No, I figured out my value along the way. I was like, if I'm gonna do this, it's got to pay the bills and it got to pay my staff and everything else. So, so I moved from Houston or from Atlanta to Houston. At the time, my dad was like, I think you just need to come home and, figure out how you want to do this, and then you could go back to Atlanta. And that's what I thought I was gonna do. And I stayed here. Then I started seeing, I'm like, wait a minute, the things that I did in Atlanta, I could bring that home and make an impact. And lo and behold, that's been since 2012, 2013. So,
wow. Because, I've met a few publicists here recently, but so far I think your name is like one of the biggest names here in the city.
That means a lot to me. Yeah, that means a lot.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people would be interested in working with you and things like that.
I wouldn't mind.
What have been some of your biggest challenges doing this?
So the primary niche that I have is entertainment and hospitality. Both are male-dominated industries, right? So, you look at restaurants, bars, lounges, and so forth. And so, being that I started out so young, sometimes just finding your voice in that space, right? So finding your voice and then making sure that when you find your voice, people are listening.
Right.
Because some spaces people will listen on the low and then go and take your idea. Yeah. And it's like, I know you didn't sit there and do that. Like, and I'm not that type of person. Like, if you tell me an idea, I'm gonna let the whole world know it's your idea.
Right.
I'm helping to execute, and I'm thankful that you trusted me to help execute it. So
without an NDA, you're gonna still stick to
absolutely. That's it. To me, that's integrity,
that's right?
And you can't buy that nowhere.
You
like
sure
that's just what it is. So, so I think that had been a kind of struggle, and then in the past several years, I've had some clients that have passed away or something. So I did their celebration of life or their funeral.
Yeah, Big Pokey, huh?
Yeah, Pokey and Beat King and
those were your. I didn't know Beat King was your client.
So Beat King was my friend.
Oh,
right. He was my friend, and so of course, in his management. When I called it, just check on them, they was like, we need you. And I was like, say less. And so, so those, that it's kind of like having an outer body experience, right? Because that you're there to execute the biggest event for them, right? Because no matter what type of listening party or event that they had, this is the finale, right? And so it's tough, and so just trying to navigate through that and trying to keep everything together in the midst of like, oh, this is extremely sad for me too, because I had a personal connection, and so those were tough things. And then I think along the way of doing PR, like finding my balance is tough or has been tough. So for a long time, like I just I was working so much, and I still work a lot, but I was working so much to where it was like, okay, how do you enjoy the fruits of your labor? Because you're getting up at 5 a.m., your days are lasting to 12 or 1 a.m. every day.
Goodness, that's a long day.
PR don't sleep, because
so you don't have a cutoff. You let people call you late night.
So the boundaries, I do have a cutoff for sure. I have a cutoff, and I've implemented some strong boundaries. But it doesn't take away from the fact of, I may be working on a project that's on the West Coast, and I got a assistant that's helping me on the West Coast, but I still got to be tuned into it and kind of following along. So, or it doesn't take away from today could be a wonderful day. The birds are chirping. And then all of a sudden, one of the clients get in trouble, and now who got to figure out that that strategy, that plan, clean it up? Me, there's been times where I've been out of town, like with my girls, like, and I wake up and I'm like, why is TMZ calling?
Oh gosh,
why is CNN?
Oh goodness,
what's going on? What's been happening? And then it's like, oh God, here we go.
So you will take on those type of clients?
it's actually been clients that were mine that I've had to clean things up. I
Oh,
don't
wow.
necessarily take on damage control projects if
Oh,
that's what you're
okay.
coming to me
Right, right,
with.
right.
But if you're one of mine and you get into some trouble, I gotta immediately figure
Something
things out,
out.
right?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and I don't get to say, okay, let me take a nap or let me, it's immediate. So
So are you making statements for them?
all the time.
Wow.
All the time, statements, captions. And it's so funny because I was telling one of the young ladies on my team, I was like, when I start working with someone, whether they know it or not, I'm studying
Mm,
them, how they speak, how they interact. I may go and look at 10 YouTube videos because there's plenty of times where I'm speaking on their behalf,
right.
whether it's through message, whether it's through a statement or something. And, people can easily say, that don't sound like something he'll say.
Hmm.
And lo and behold, it's like, oh, yeah, a
That.
publicist wrote it and didn't study her client. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, so especially like when Nipsey Hussle passed, a lot of my clients were close with Nipsey. And so
Hmm.
a lot of the media outlets were contacting us and wanting statements and stuff. And I'm very respectful of the fact of their grieving,
Right.
and this is a part of my job. So I wrote plenty statements as if I were
Oh,
them
wow.
and
So that's
nobody
how it
knew.
goes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what does your day consist of, starting from the morning till the evening?
Ooh. It's so crazy. No 2 days are ever alike, but
Wow.
never, never, never. Because again, there's plenty of projects taking place. There's plenty of things taking place. So I think this is probably a good way for me to let your audience know why I sound like I sound right now. Because I ain't slept hardly nothing this week,
Oh my God.
So, because it's a press week. So meaning, like we have a huge show taking place, tomorrow, and it's a huge concert. And so we've been getting up doing every morning show starting at 5:30 a.m.
Gosh.
every single day since Monday. And that doesn't exclude the fact that that's one client. I still got many more that I have to tend to, and that we're doing Zoom calls, and we're preparing for Super Bowl. We're preparing for a new TV show. We're preparing for all these things. And so
Oh,
I have to
wow.
be tuned into every single
Gosh, I don't even know how
element.
you keep up with all those clients.
I've been trying to figure out myself.
Wow. I guess it's that team.
Yeah, it is.
Gosh.
Yeah, it is. My team is really phenomenal. There's a young lady on my team named Janelle. She helps keep things, together in a lot of ways. And then on top of that, there's, even I could hire 20 people, right?
Hmm.
But a lot of times the relationship is with Latorria. And so,
Oh, that's
yeah.
true. That's
So,
true.
yeah. So, they don't want to go through 20 people to get to me when they've had a 10 to 12-year relationship,
That's true.
with me and trust with me. And not to say they don't trust my team, but they know that if they hit me, I'm going to give them good, bad, and ugly and
Right.
solution based
Right.
immediately.
Right.
So, so it kind of has its pros and cons.
Is
So,
Shay still there?
no, Shay's no longer with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shay. She was a good one too.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh. Well,
yeah.
I enjoyed working with her as
Yeah,
well.
Shay was with us for some time. So I think probably like 7 years. And Shay actually started as an intern.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, she
That's
started
how
as
it
an
happens.
intern fresh out of college. And then from there, I saved up and this was early on of me moving back to Houston. And at that time, like I said, I was still trying to figure out business stuff. And so I saved up. I said I want to bring her on
Oh.
to work and to live out her passion because she had a degree in PR as well. And
Oh, okay.
so
So it's time for her to branch out and
yeah,
grow, because that's the whole purpose. We're not going to stay somewhere
right,
forever. We still have our own.
exactly,
So
yeah.
tell me this, because I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm still searching for this as well, and I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of people are.
Right.
How do you get to building the right team? How do you know when you
Mm.
have the right team?
You know what? It's so crazy because I believe in alignment, right?
Mm,
And then I also believe in in my discernment. So there's been
mm.
some people that have applied to work on our team whose resumes were impressive. I mean, you've done everything under the sun, but I didn't feel a connection, right?
Oh,
And so I look at it like this, as strange as this may sound, it takes a special person to for God to allow to handle other people's gifts and talents and visions.
That's true.
And so you can't just have just anybody in that space. So if you come in and you got motives, and I watch how some people are motor mouths on social media. I'm like, you didn't tell everybody business.
Yeah.
I don't want that around. I want somebody where when my clients come in, they trust that, all right, this is a safe space. Because again, we've dealt with a whole lot of things, seen and unseen, that you got to be able to zip it and keep it going,
keep it
right?
quiet,
Exactly. So I think in terms of building a team, what has helped me is, again, identifying a person's character. So I'll use Janelle as an example, kind of similar to Shay. Fresh out of college, had no experience, but had drive.
Right.
And so for me, that drive means a lot.
Right.
That drive means, you're willing to take that extra mile, take initiative. And then you're also teachable.
Right.
And as much knowledge as I have in PR, I still like to learn.
Right.
I love when my mentors call me and say, hey, tighten up.
Check you.
Oh yes.
Oh
yes. Like, no, that's not it. Really bad. Like, because when you keep people around you that are grounded and keeps things grounded, you have no place but to elevate, right? And so being the student, I love it. I absolutely love it, because now I'm learning. Now I can say, hey, I have a question, and I'm not afraid to ask that question. And there was a point in my career, again, where I was so afraid. I was very afraid to say, hey, I don't know how to do this, or hey, I need help, because everybody's not receptive. That's number one.
Right.
And so I do try to create a space on my team where if you don't know, ask, or if you need help, like, let me know. Or and I'm not one of those type of leaders where, I can't differentiate from looking at you and seeing like, wait a minute, something wrong. Something wrong. So let's pause on what we got going on. How are you?
Oh, that's good.
Like, how are you? You all right?
Right.
And then I can, kind of, because I know how it feels to not have it like that,
Yeah.
There's some people that they'll call and I could just be boo-hooing. And I'm like, hey, listen, so I want to see if I get a section.
What?
Oh, yes.
They don't care about what. I just put
it's transactional.
Oh my God, I just put a post
it's
about
so
that.
Transactional.
It's like I just said something about that on Threads. It's like the more you have going for yourself, the less people care about what you go through.
Oh, they don't care. And honestly, last year, 2024, I learned that, and I set some very strong boundaries because I don't ever want anything to just be robotic and transactional, right? We're not putting on this earth for us not to be caring to a certain extent. Like, and I went through a lot last year.
Yeah, I know your dad passed
away. My dad passed.
My condolences.
Thank you. So I had my dad, I had B King, I had 3 close friends, my pastor. I mean, it was just like a lot. And so still just trying to show up for others. I don't necessarily think people understood, like, that took a lot.
I could imagine. Especially your dad. I don't understand B King, but your dad.
My dad.
Oh my God, I don't even know how I can handle that.
Exactly. And that was my best friend. My dad showed up to everything. My dad was my cheerleader. My dad would just call and say, hey, I know you're busy. I just want to say, think about you. And something like, so being a daddy's girl.
I almost in tears just thinking about that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Girl.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I will say this, when you have that type of love, even when the person passes, it doesn't leave. It doesn't leave. I know my dad's love is still here with me. I know that at the end of the day, I may not be able to pick up the phone and call him, but I feel his covering, to a certain extent. So, I said all that to say, I think that, right, we over here.
Oh my God!
We done broke down.
Layla, please grab us a napkin over here on that shelf, because I'm
daddy's girl.
Yes, I'm definitely a daddy's girl. So I could just see. I can't even imagine how that feels. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot. I think it also goes. And my dad's death was unexpected, so there was no time to prepare or anything like that. So it was just like, okay, and thank you. And I think just having to navigate through life and realizing that, okay, my backbone is not here.
Yes.
I'm relearning myself. And so there's some people that didn't give me space to do that.
Oh,
and
wow.
So I had to realize, like, okay, I see where you at with it.
You were able to learn what type of relationship you really do. Because sometimes you feel like these business relationships turn into like family and friendships. Right. But then you was able to see
it's not. Yeah. And for me, I feel like, I'm a sister to everybody. Right. If you come into this space, I'm going to love on you. I'm going to be transparent with you. I'm going to, that's just me. And then I had to realize, like, everybody don't have the same heart as you.
Right. Yeah, that's the hard part.
It is. And, everybody always preach about, be around like-minded people. But I learned sometimes you got to be around like-hearted people.
It is definitely the like-hearted. Because I'm definitely learning that.
You have to.
And that's hard because everybody don't have that type of heart. They do not.
They don't.
And then if you have something going for yourself, it's like they don't care about anything. No. It is crazy.
No, it's literally, it's, there's some days, and I'll use today as an example. So I have 2 phones, right? I looked at both of my phones. Every message that I had was an ask from somebody. Like a, hey, can you hook me with the contact at HIZ? Hey, Bun B announced his lineup today. You got media passes. I'm serious. Like these are all things, and this just on in my messages. Oh, wow. And that, hey, how are you? You all right? How you doing? And even if you don't care, at least start off with it. Act like you care. So I think that. But again, it taught me that that's just how some people are. It's 100% transactional. Whereas I'm the type where, again, like I said, if you call me and I can hear in your voice, like, you don't sound like yourself.
It's gonna be hard for me to even ask anything else other than how are you? I'll ask this another time.
Same. I'm the same way. I'm like, no, what's wrong?
Yes.
Nah, and then if you, no, what's wrong? You okay? Where you at?
Yeah.
Because I need to have that sense of you are right.
Right.
To a certain extent, even if it's just like, all right, I'm just 20% myself today. At least you're not 0%.
Yeah.
Right. And I just want to make sure you're okay. So again, that's something that I've had to learn, because as cliche as it sounds, everybody always say treat people how you want to be treated. But sometimes you don't ever get treated that way.
You sure don't. Right? I am definitely. I'm a living witness of that.
Yeah.
So then you end up being by yourself.
Right. Right.
Do you feel like you have really genuine friends in this business?
In this business, not a lot of friends.
Okay.
Right. But my core girlfriends.
Okay.
My core girlfriends aren't in this business at all.
Okay.
And they've been with me. Some have been with me
since college.
Since
and before? Oh, wow.
My best friend, we've been best friends since we were 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
Man, everybody is not blessed with that.
Okay. It's a blessing.
That is definitely a blessing to have a friend that you have been friends with since 3
years old.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Seriously. And so, I have big brothers in the business. Like D-Rec is a big brother.
Oh, yeah.
We talk all the time, right? Yeah. We talked this morning. We may talk for an hour on the phone, and and he's really good about checking on me. And
that's good.
It's so crazy because now I'm about to tear back up just talking about him, because sometimes you don't meet people like that. And and my dad, they loved each other. And so it's, oh my God, just thinking of D-Rec and just his heart. One day he called me and said, sis, what you doing? I said, oh, I listed everything I was doing. Oh God.
It's okay.
D-Rec got me crying. He gonna laugh. He gonna start crying. But no, I'm serious, because I'm grateful. I'm so these are actually gratitude tears, because one day he called me and said, sis, what you doing? I said, oh my God. And I listed like 12 things I was doing. He said, well, why don't tomorrow we just go down there to Lake Charles and just, get our mind out there to the casino.
Oh, that was sweet.
Oh my God. And when I tell you the whole ride, now granted, if you ever rode with D-Rec, oh Lord, he drives, he got his own way of driving. But yeah, so he called me and we went down there and we had such a good time, and it felt good to know that. And I always know he cares, right? Because there's been some matters that I've had to just come to him as a big brother and just say, hey, I don't know about this situation. He'd be like, you good? I'm like, I don't know if I'm good or not, and he'll restore me. He'll let me know of my greatness. And he's also been transparent. I think he did a podcast one day, and I didn't know that he had did the podcast, and he mentioned how when he met me like 8 or 9 years ago, that I brought his love back for
the music.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, because I know that he hadn't been touching it. My
He
husband had been trying to
hadn't.
get him back in it, but he just had
No.
lost his something for it
He
because he
had
went through so
lost it.
much in that field of work.
He
Yeah.
did. And that, I mean, growing up in Houston and just knowing about Rexshot Records and you know the legacy of D-Rec, your husband, and everybody that came through.
Yeah.
That, to even get a call from him years ago saying, "Hey, I want to work." I was like, "You wait.
You want to work with me?"
Right. I said, "Isn't Power Up your song?" He was like, "Yeah." It was like, "I got some things I need to just talk to you. So let me know if we can meet up today." I was like, "It's 4:00." Like, I said, all right. And literally, I was like, you were so humble. And not only are you humble, like, you've paved the way, and he's such a silent force.
Yeah.
And you can appreciate people like that because their value makes noise.
Right.
They don't have to walk in the room and,
I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah, I own this. I got 18 different companies. I didn't put all these records. Nah, he has come to my events and sat back in the back, and I'm like, "Dave, we good.
You shine, baby.
That's it.
Shine.
That's him. That's him." Just last night, he was like, "We good. We good." I said, "Well, I want to." He said, "I'm good. I'm just enjoying seeing y'all enjoy yourself." And so you appreciate stuff like that. So said all that to say, you don't meet genuine people like that often.
Yeah, it is definitely hard.
It's very hard. So he's one of the people in the industry that I can look up to, that I can talk freely with and candidly with, and that I can get advice from. And that also just loves me for me. If I walked away from PR today, him and I would still be chatting every day.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. So, speaking of him, y'all are working on a project together.
Yeah.
What is that?
Okay, so you talking about Rain?
I think you say you are doing a club or something.
Yes.
Like that?
So Rain, D-Rec is co-owner of Rain, HTX, which is a new lounge and restaurant on Washington Ave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's
is
him.
Is that near the Forget Me Not?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Right across from Forget Me Not, not too far at all.
Okay.
And so it's called Rain. The concept is really dope. It's all like purple and white, and it's Prince, Purple Rain. So so we're working on that. I'm handling the PR, and I'm also a partner with D-Rec and 5 and Rain.
So you're a partner in it. Oh, that's good. Oh my God. So is this gonna be like y'all gonna have like a band in there?
Yes. So we're open 6. Well, we're not officially open yet. We've been doing some private events and things, just testing out things, but mid-February is when we officially open, and it's going to be open 6 days a week. We'll be open for lunch during the day. We'll be open for happy hour, and then the evenings we'll have different groups, organizations, and live music and all types of stuff. Yeah. So yesterday we had my sorority's Founders Day event there, and it was fun.
Okay.
It was a good time. Yeah.
Wow. So is it like is it certain type of food that they're gonna serve, or it's just a variety of everything?
No, so it's a Cajun cuisine.
I love Cajun food.
I'm talking about seafood pot pie, seafood pasta, and then also they have some jerk lamb chops.
Really?
I said,
"No,
wait a
minute.
That. Oh. I said, hold on now. Wait, this is too good. Okay. So, I mean, the menu's great, and there's going to be brunch and lunch and dinner and again, happy hour. So,
classy spot.
Very classy, very nice. Everything is detailed. So 5 is the head owner and visionary.
Okay.
And so he owns several spots in Miami. And
wow.
Yeah. So he wanted to bring a concept here that not only is unique, but it has the aesthetics and just the ambiance of what we need.
I like that. Yeah. So y'all are going to be able to do some cool little. I don't know if y'all gonna do some concerts in there.
Yes.
Oh, y'all are. Okay. Okay. Especially some like R&B vibes in there too.
Something grown and sexy and mature. We got Valentine's Day coming up. We're also going to do something for Galentine's.
Oh,
So,
cool.
yeah. So it's in panel discussion. So,
I need to do something like that for Boss Women Network.
You should. It'd be really nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how can people connect with you or
Yeah.
get in contact with you if they want to hire you to be their
For
publicist?
sure. So our website is Lemon Limelight Media, and light is spelled Light. So you could go on our website. There's also a contact form on there that you can fill out. And then also I have an Instagram page. Lemon Limelight Media is the Instagram for the company. My personal Instagram is Latorria Latorri_L.
Y'all heard that? That's how y'all get in contact with her.
Yes.
For her services. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, it's not cheap. But it's worth it.
Yes,
okay? It's definitely worth it.
It's worth it.
I would like to get on your list too. I don't know what that process is, but to get on the list so I can have people coming in and interviewing here when they come in town or something like that.
Yes.
Something. Because I think my husband told me y'all were getting ready to start something with their podcast too.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
Yes.
They're doing some big things over there.
Yes. We definitely are getting ready to start some things with your husband's podcast, and then I'll for sure send you over some people to interview, some bosses.
Yeah, send the bosses over.
Absolutely, we got to stick together.
Yes, that's what it's all about. Boss women, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Boss Women Network.
That's it.
So, is there anything else that you would like to let the people know that you have going on before we get out of here?
So I mean, there's a lot of different projects. Like I said, we're doing an activation for women during Super Bowl.
What is that?
So Super Bowl is February 9th in New Orleans, and this activation is February 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just getting women together. Obviously, Super Bowl is always targeted to men, right?
Yes, it is.
You know, and so it's like, well, there's going to be some cool girls in town, whether it's publicists, managers, agents, cheerleaders, wives, whatever.
Right.
You know, come and just enjoy, mix and mingle, have a cocktail, and just unplug, right? Unplug. And that's what it's about. So that's February 6th from 11 to 2. And we're releasing the press release soon on that.
Okay.
And then I'm excited because it's almost rodeo season. That's one of my favorite seasons.
Like oh gosh, I can't handle the crowd.
Oh my God. I love it.
Oh my God. You are definitely, you're an extrovert. I'm an introvert.
You know what's crazy? I'm both.
So you're an ambivert. That's what I took a little survey and said that I was 3% extrovert and 7% introvert. So it made me like an ambivert, but I'm like, really, I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
But in social settings, I can be sociable, but I'm definitely the one that's going to be sitting back, you know, in the cut being quiet.
Crazy enough, people never believe this. And mind you, I'm a Gemini. So again, I got two sides to me, right?
Yeah. When is your birthday?
June 19th.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My grandma's a Gemini, June 11th. I'm July 17th.
Okay, so you're a Cancer. Okay. These summer babies. That's what we do.
Babies.
Summer babies, exactly.
So what you were saying? They say what about you?
My Gemini side is when I have to be extroverted. That's work related stuff.
Oh, that's
yeah, because I'm in public relations, so I have to, I have to engage and mix and mingle and all this stuff. But when I'm off work, I do dinner by myself.
Oh, okay, so you definitely are.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'd rather stay at home and unplug and just chill with my dog. And
yes,
that's so me, and I can be so content.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Most successful people are introverts.
As we should be, though. I mean, seriously, because when you have to be on so much, you need an off switch. People that are on 24/7,
I don't even know how.
I'd be like, "What's wrong with you? Like, you okay?"
So growing up, did people gravitate towards you easily?
A lot of people did, and I think I've always kind of had some sort of leadership quality.
Okay.
So I liked doing things.
Oh, okay.
So like my high school, I went to Westfield, and it was a pretty big high school. We had 5,000 students, and my graduating class was 1,300 people, and I was class president.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm still very close with my classmates. Like we have a group message and chat every day. It's crazy.
Oh,
it's like 200 of us in the chat.
That is crazy.
Exactly. So, but I think that people, and I'm grateful for this. It's a blessing that people always saw my character.
Oh,
okay. Or it's either they saw my character within me or they heard about it beforehand.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So it created a level of trust. And then I've always liked executing things. I've never been a slacker or anything like that. So in college, I had leadership roles. I participated in pageants and all these things. And so
you were just always, well, you're the things that you were doing were putting you in the people person position. You always had to be connecting and doing things and stuff like that.
That's God.
Yeah,
and he'll prepare you.
He definitely prepared you for that publicist position. I was always the introvert. Even I graduated from Yates. So I was there with Pokey and Big Mo and all of them. We all graduated together. So we were all, you know, so they looked out for me. I was the quiet one, the introvert, but they didn't let nobody mess with me.
I know that's right.
Or they was getting involved if something was going on or whatever. But yeah, so I'm definitely starting the podcast kind of helped me step out of my comfort zone and start to talk more and be more out and outspoken and you know, because I wasn't the person that people connected to right away. You had to kind of get to know me because sometimes people read your energy wrong because you're quiet.
That's true. That's true.
So they don't know what to take from you, you know.
But you're so about your business. Like when we worked together with your husband, I mean, it was a joy to work with because you took on that role, that leadership role within his career. And it's so often, you know, we work with artists and their leadership team don't look like or feel like leadership. And it's like,
most definitely. I mean, I step in when he need me to step in on stuff because when I you know, as a wife or even as a girlfriend, like if you see your mate is in need of something and they don't know what to do, you go for step in and just do it as they need you, and then you back up when they don't need you.
That's it. But I mean, it worked. It was like the perfect balance.
Yeah, made it smooth because my husband, well, you would have been kind of stressed out if he was just having to. He's about his business, but he just be on so many different. You know how the guys are.
All of them the same. That's why they're good friends. Because I be like, okay, we need a translator. Because we start talking about this and then y'all doing this and then okay. I'm like, okay, guys.
So you know exactly what.
Oh, I know. I already know.
So I have to step in there sometimes for him and help him out. But so that's basically what it's all about. So I definitely wanted to make sure I got you in here.
I appreciate
and
it.
Talk to you.
Thank you.
Definitely I'm gonna be connecting with you on some future projects coming soon. Because I had to get her in here, y'all. This is Latorria Lemon.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you came. And before you go, tell them one more time how they can get in contact with you for the people that didn't hear it in the back.
For sure. So my website, Lemon Limelight Media, is where you can find everything out about my services. It's also a contact page where you can contact me directly. That's the best way to do it. We could always schedule a consultation. I do like to let people know my niche is primarily entertainment and hospitality. Sometimes people come to me and they're like, girl, so I'm getting ready to start this. I'm like, I'm proud of you. But, you know, it's kind of like having an attorney, right? It's like you wouldn't go to an accident attorney for a divorce. Right. It's two different things because everybody has a focus. So I do like to let people know, like, those two are my focus. And,
because being a publicist can be broad.
Very broad. I mean, there's a lot of different PR elements. So you got educational PR, you have political PR. So even like during political season, some of the politicians would reach out. I was like,
you have tried it before, haven't
you? I did years ago.
That world is shady.
It's dirty. It's so dirty.
So is the entertainment industry. No, it is. Gosh, but that political world is something.
It is. They're more publicly dirty. Like, you know, attacking your character. I'm like, y'all talking about people's children. Like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, they different.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I can't do that. And then, you know, they don't mind taking attacks. And then you look up and it's like, wait a minute, why y'all all at dinner together? This man just was, what are y'all doing?
Those people will stomp right on you, right in your face.
They will.
And backstab you in a second just to get where they're trying to go.
Immediately. So,
I learned that. Yeah. But the entertainment industry can be a little...
Oh, yeah. And it's no cakewalk.
It wasn't what? Almost. It is. But that,
It's no cakewalk. They have some similarities, political and entertainment. Definitely some similarities. But I think in entertainment, like I said, kind of gone with my discernment on, is that something I want to?
Good with that.
Yeah.
I'm still learning because I'm this kumbaya person. Yeah. I just want everybody to get along and everybody to be able to work together. And then it hits me later because I was so excited that I wasn't paying attention to the discernment because I'd be so excited and ready to do things, you know, that it hits me later, and then I have to start removing people and starting over. I hate that.
Yeah. No, that's the get you got your part. Yeah. Because that's starting over, and that, you know, having to take a step back and be like, whoa, this person who isn't who I thought they were, and all that is a lot. You know, it can be a lot. And again, in entertainment, everybody's just trying to get up the ladder. Yeah. So if they have to push your ladder down to get up, they like, well, man, because I got up. Yeah. What you doing down there? It's like, boy, I know you didn't steal my ladder.
Yeah, that's crazy. It is crazy.
It is. But yeah, you find a way to navigate and just stay grounded. And I'm, like I said earlier, I'm grateful for my core girlfriends who aren't in this business, because they'll just call and check on me. We check on each other, or we may say, hey, girl, what you doing in 3 weeks? Like, let's just go fly out somewhere and, you know, just kind of. Yeah. So I appreciate those things.
That's a blessing. So if you want to say something that can inspire somebody else that want to get into your field, what would you say before we get out of here?
If you are interested in PR, I would say get a good mentor, but also be a good mentee. And a lot of times people want mentors, and they don't realize, like, you have a job too as a mentee. Because if you want a mentor that's really on top of their game, they're probably busy. They're probably doing a lot of different things. Figure out a way you can be an asset just as much as you want that person to be an asset to you.
And you heard it from Latorria.
There we go.
There we go. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to get out of here. Don't forget to tune in to bosswomennetwork.com. You can get all the business tips, because mostly everybody I have coming in here, there's somebody that have a business or doing some great things, and they have some tips to give out to you. Yeah. So go to the bosswomennetwork.com podcast, and we're out of here.
There we go.
Bye.
Bye.
Sign up for the Boss Elite package today. Unlock exclusive benefits designed to elevate your brand and presence. Free one-page website feature in one interview, and guest host 3 segments of the BWN podcast. 1-hour monthly session at the Content Creator Lounge to shoot your content, 1-hour consultation on how to start and shoot your podcast. Your name, photo, and logo featured on the BWN website, and more. Ready to take your business to the next level? The Boss Elite package is your key to building your brand and expanding your reach. Join now and become part of a powerful network of boss women.